Rahman threw 55 as he made a little bit of a comeback. They both landed 12. Round 10 begins. Miguel Diaz misspoke himself and said there were 2 rounds left. There are 3. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim. In round 9, I thought Hasim Rahman outworked David Tua. 5 rounds to 4, 86-85, Hasim Rahman. In other words, Rahman wins the first 4. Tua comes back with good hooks to win the next 4, but Rahman takes the lead in round 9.
Rahman is fighting a very skillful fight so far. He jabs, he bends his body over to the right and comes up with the jab, so Tua can't throw that hook way up high. He doesn't like throwing it low in the first place. If he can just keep that strategy, it'll be a boxing lesson for Tua. Tua gets better puncher, always become a better puncher, but he hasn't yet developed a skill to catch boxing. I don't know, he needs a trainer. He needs to hang around in Philadelphia. They would show you how to do that. Just can't hope I get him in the last round your whole boxing career.
Get off him, get off him. Right, there we go, let him go.
The fight is already a surprise to the vast majority of ringside critics.
Get off him.
Most of them picked David Tua by a relatively early knockout.
Get off his head. Get off his head.
And you heard Kevin Barry pleading with Tua between rounds, I need you to win the next 3. It's not the kind of thing you'll often hear Barry saying to his knockout punching star.
Let him go.
Meanwhile, Rahman's confidence seems to be coming back after he weathered the big storm in the 8th round.
Tua evidently, he weighs a lot too. When you throw big shots like that, you got to rest. And then the guy's able to steal his show back. So it seems that Rahman is not out of shape as we thought. He's been able to get off first and get off last.
Well, among other things, Philadelphia has been listed high among the fat cities.
Cut above Rahman's left eye. Cut above Rahman's left eye, guys. Just above the left eyelid, there's a small cut, and Hasim Rahman begins to paw at it with his right glove.
You're worried about your eye. You're not supposed to worry about being cut when you're in a boxing ring. You're going to get cut.
He's got a great cut, man, and Miguel Diaz can get back to the corner in 25 seconds.
Yeah, forget about that. Just keep fighting.
Tua jumping in with the left.
Just that moment of thinking about what happened to him caused him to get hit with a good shot. Watch Tua. He waits for the 10-second count, and he tries to put on something. It's too late. Reaches out for desperation.
Tough round to score. Interesting battle with 2 rounds to go.
Okay, Billy, I want you to do the water before we get out. Okay, mate, I need these last 2 rounds, Dave. Come on, mate. Head it.
Bring Dave. Let me have your face.
Look good, baby. Feel good. 2 rounds of jabbing.
2 rounds of jabbing. You hear that?
That's all.
Yeah. Suck it up.
You got it, Chad.
Breathe.
I know you got it. You know you got it.
Right hand, 45, right hand. It's there. Oh, mate, I need you to dig deep.
Boxing's most ubiquitous fighter, Chris Bird, IBF heavyweight belt holder. Winner of this fight, Larry Merchant, becomes a mandatory for Bird's version of the heavyweight title. Is that correct?
That is correct, which doesn't necessarily mean they'll take it if they could get a bigger fight, but Rahman probably would take it. Tua, we don't know.
Harold Letterman, as you can see, believes Rahman won the 10th and now has on Harold's card a 2-point margin in the fight. Rudy Battle looks at Hasim Rahman's left glove. David Tua only threw 29 punches in the 10th round. He doesn't have the energy to do what Kevin Barry's asking him to do.
He's not pressed the issue at all. Tua has allowed this man to stay in the middle of the ring the whole fight. He had the strength, he had the punch, and he let it get away so far.
If Rahman can get done what he wants to get done tonight, weighing 259, he will have confounded all of the experts here.
The weight is never an issue. It's the desire of a man. Sometimes the weight means he's relaxed when he was training. Didn't get scared.
Well, he was reported to training at somewhere between 280 and 300, George.
So he's in good shape.
That's a lot of relaxation.
When you go into training camp and you relax and you have a good training camp, you don't get scared and try to lose a lot of weight. It's not going to make you heavyweight. So.
Let him go. Work your way. Come on, work your way. You're hooked up.
David Tua looks spent, but we've seen him in this condition before.
Well, these two guys have spent the better part of 21 rounds in the ring together, and Rahman has probably won about 17 of those rounds, but Tua still has a chance to knock him out. Lands a right hand there. Left hook there.
He's so predictable that all you have to do is keep your hands in a certain position. With Tua, he throws the left hook in the same spot. You just put your hands up with it. If he'd even throw a right uppercut now, he could be effective.
That's so true, George. You make a great point. He doesn't work up and down. He doesn't go side to side. He really doesn't have any variety in his game.
And all you do is put your hand in a certain position and you got it. Lean in a certain position, you got it.
Both hands are free. Get off.
Rahman is learning now how to become an elite fighter, how to box.
Let him go.
I think Chris Berg went in his dressing room and gave him a little counseling before the fight, which is not fair.
Get off. Come on, let's work your way out.
He's the king of the boxers these days.
You think Chris Berg's advice is too good, huh?
Yeah, you don't want him giving you some advice about boxing.
Big punches by Tua, and he backs Rahman up with the right.
There you are. Now you got him against the rope. You got to go for the finish.
He's got him going. But Rock comes back with a jab and a right hand and fights his way off the ropes.
And ties him up and lean those 250 or 60 pounds tonight. Probably tonight is about 260.
Dangerous moment, properly saved by Hasim Rahman. He's going to make it into the last round.
The guy's trying to hit on the break Tua. That's all he's looking for. Hit when the bell rings. You don't deserve to win like that.
Okay. Come down to the last round, man.
Put your head down.
You cannot wait, Dave. You cannot let him hold. I've got to...
Stay low this whole round. Hands, I don't want to see your hands down on the break. When you break it, you leave your hands to the referee again. We don't want that again, all right? Keep your hands up this whole...
I need him out. Okay? I need you to put 3 or 4 punches together and he's gone. Okay? Can you do that for me? Come on, mate. Dig deep.
Inshallah. You got to move. Inshallah. Keep moving, okay? Don't let me see your hands come down. Keep your chin down.
Exactly 50 weeks ago, David Tua lost all of the first 8 rounds on 2 scorecards against Frezo Kendo and knocked him out in the 9th. He may need a similar rescue here. Rahman, through 11, has landed 174 out of 647, has thrown almost 300 more punches than Tua. He seems to stand to win the boxing match.
Rahman is bouncing now.
Harold, how do you have it scored coming to the 12th?
Okay, Jim, I got it very close. 105, 104, 6 rounds to 5. Hasim Rahman. Somehow or another, David Tua went to work late in round 11 and may have pulled it out by landing bigger shots. But generally speaking, Rahman's jabbing him to death. One thing that Rahman does that's illegal, Jim, you got to notice it. He throws the left jab and then he gets you with a forearm. He puts that forearm under Tua's jaw, and that's not legal. You're holding.
Evan Barry told Tua he needed lots of activity in the 12th round. He hasn't gotten off so far.
This may be the time that the late-running horse just can't catch the leader.
Tua hasn't given up. Still got to punch his chance. But I think Rahman's been there, done that before. He knows that better than we do.
Tua did knock out David Izanrate, later David Izan when he changed his name, in the 12th round. Rock seems tonight to have a better chin than Izan did.
On the rope, Tua's got the chance his corner been telling him all night. Get him on the rope. Don't let him hang on to you.
And Rahman ties him up. But at the same time, Rahman isn't doing much in this round, and if he allows David to win it, then that may tighten it up again on the scorecard.
I can't see that.
odds going to have it a draw if Tua wins this round, George.
Yeah, but this guy's so far ahead in my book that there's no way Tua can catch him unless he knocks him out.
Well, I agree with George. I don't know how far ahead he is, but I think that he can afford to lose this round.
We shall see. Although Rahman has mounted an offense while we were talking and may have put himself back into position to negotiate for the round. 40 seconds to go, and Tua shows nothing to indicate that the big drama is coming.
Let him go. Get off him.
And once again, you could have knocked most of the experts over with a feather.
You just never know boxing. The more you know, the less you know.
Particularly this year, when every fight seems to produce a significant upset. One after another we get them. Rahman jabbing and dancing, holding his arms aloft. Tua trying to end it in the closing seconds, and he's the one who goes down on a punch after the bell. And Rahman comes over to show us his left arm.
Tua tried to steal it. Whenever the bell would ring, he tried to get in his shots. And that's not good at all.
Crowd boos Rahman for celebrating. I don't see why. He deserves to be proud of himself.
Yeah, he did a good job this time.
But if you're sitting in the bleachers and you see all those big shots that David Tua throws, that tends to influence you, George.
Wouldn't influence me.
George is clear in his mind on who won the fight, that's for sure. Harold, what does your card show now?
Okay, Jim, I thought that might have been a knockdown. I'd love to see that again. That was damn close. Something hit David Tua, and it wasn't the referee, and I didn't touch him. 115, 113, 7 rounds to 5, Hasim Rahman. Jim, I don't know. I just think he may have pulled it out with that last punch. Rahman, I thought, lost the 11th, but certainly I thought he won the 12th with that, with that shot that virtually knocked Tua down. So.
But Harold, it was after the bell.
Well, I don't know. To me, he hit him. He just nailed him. I don't know. I'd have to see it in real time again, Jim. That was close.
Can we see it? I'm asking the production truck now. Can we see it with the sound? Because I'm fairly certain that knockdown takes place well after the bell that ended the fight. In which case,
no doubt about it. It was after the bell.
I agree with you, George.
It was a fall down, really.
Told you, baby.
You think Tua went down as much from exhaustion as from the punch?
No, he just slinging punches and got off balance, and the guy just kind of met him with some kind of...
All right, let's listen.
There's the bell.
I don't know if we heard enough of it to be sure.
It was after the bell. We knew that.
In the meantime, Jimmy Lennon has the result of the fight, so let's go up to Jimmy and see who won.
He won.
Don King celebrating. He's Rahman's promoter, and he may be the one who already knows the score. We're not sure. But I've thrown to Jimmy. Here you go. Jimmy, tell us who won the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Here are our score totals. Judge at ringside, Robert Grosso, scores the bout 116 to 112 in favor of David Tua. Judge at ringside, Bill Clancy, scores the bout 116 to 112 in favor of Hasim Rahman. And judge at ringside, George Hill, sees the bout 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is even a draw.
The strange actions of the heavyweight division continue as this bout is declared a draw between Hasim Rahman and David Tua. The draw is something of a moral victory for Rahman, who was counted out in the bout by most experts yesterday when he weighed in at 259. The draw is something of a loss for Tua, who became a heavy favorite in the fight and exits without the expected victory. George Foreman believes that Rahman clearly deserved the victory, and look at the CompuBox numbers. He landed 58 more punches. He threw 278 more punches. He landed at almost as high a percentage. He seemed, George Foreman, to dictate the flow of the bout.
No doubt this was a victory for Rahman. He boxed. He was able to go in there at heavy weights. He didn't get at a heavier weight. He didn't get discouraged, didn't get knocked down, and this is a win for Rahman.
But officially it becomes a draw as you look at the jab numbers where Rahman dominated. Who in the world would have thought that he would average nearly 50 jabs per round, coming in the eyes of most 30 pounds overweight? What a performance by Hasim Rahman under these circumstances. Larry Merchant stands by with both fighters.
Thank you very much, Jim. All right, David, you first. David, most people seem to think you were behind. Kevin Barry was telling you had to win the late rounds. Did you think you were behind in the fight?
No, I didn't think so. I thought, it was a close fight. I thought I landed the bigger and the harder shots, and I thought I did enough to win. It was a tough fight.
Why was he being so effective against you with the jab again? Do you have no defense or offense against the jab?
I think pretty much what I was doing wrong in there, I think I was pretty much waiting too much. I think pretty much I was seeing myself as more of a counterpuncher rather than putting my will on him, like forcing a fight and making movements and jab and getting inside.
This was an elimination fight. The winner to fight for Chris Bird for his title. We have a draw. Do you think you have to fight Rahman again to get that honor?
Let's do it again. The fans saw it. It was a good fight for the fans, good fight for boxing, and hey, it's the only thing I can say. We can do it again.
Thank you very much, David. All right, Rock. All right, you obviously thought you won the fight. You were celebrating afterwards. What is your reaction to the decision?
Same old stuff, man. I can't beat this David Tua, man. I done beat him twice and got no victories on my record for it. That's absolutely ridiculous, man. I made him bleed. I knocked him down. I cut him in his eye. I cut him in his nose. I outboxed him. The stats had to be like a landslide in my favor. What do I have to do? I switched promoters. I got rid of the big guy and got the greatest promoter, and I still can't get justice. What's going on? Who you thought won the fight?
Well, it's not important who I thought won the fight.
We straight shoot with each other.
Rock, I thought you won the fight.
Thank you. Okay. Like you did last time. So you in agreement with me. I won 2, he won none.
Well, no, I didn't think you won the last fight.
You thought I got cheated?
Let's not get into
Come on, now. That's my life. What you mean?
All right. Why did you come in so heavy, and how did it affect your fight?
Well, I don't really feel like... I twisted my ankle playing softball this summer, playing with these White Lock City All-Stars, and I twisted my ankle, so I blew up. Because I couldn't walk, I couldn't run, I couldn't train when I was home. So when I got to camp, I was extremely heavy, and then I was eating a lot of food as opposed to just eating once a day. But I was eating, fat-free food, and I felt strong. My body fat was down, and I was strong, so I felt like, I know I could go 10, 12 hard rounds. So what difference do it make how much I weigh? He 20 pounds heavier than he was. Nobody making a big stink about his weight, but I come in 20, 25 pounds heavier. And I fought more rounds.
Are you willing to fight him again? Because now there's a draw, and neither one of you has won the right to face Chris Bird for his title.
Well, I think, I can't win against this man. I feel like I'm going to do whatever pays me the most money, for real. So if David Tua presents the biggest money fight, then so be it. But the public know who won this fight, man. All the experts, y'all know who won this fight. I got hit with the hook, y'all see, he hit me with the hook, he hit me with the overhand right. I made him bleed out his nose, his mouth, his eyes, and knocked him down. What else can I do to the invincible David Tua to get justice? What else can I do?
Well, he's
him and he bleeds.
These are 3 different judges from the ones in the last fight. They came up with this decision.
I believe that the media, tarnished their judgment. They thought it don't matter what the score is going to be. He's going to knock me out in later rounds anyway. So that's going to be all moot anyway. So I believe they just was writing down whatever. I got to call it like I see it. They could not have gave him that round, the rounds that they gave him on merit. He didn't do anything. All
right, thank you very much, Rock.